Welcome to Drive Life Thoughts. Today we're going to talk about part 2 of remaining positive even in bad events. Now, I'm not going to have too much to say on this video because I feel like we did a really good job on the first one if you were following along, but I'm going to do pretty much a recap. Basically, what's going to happen is, in any time you have a tragic event in your life or something that's life-altering, all right, our goal is not to succumb to the pain that it causes you. Now, obviously, you're going to grieve if there's a death, if you have a breakup, if something comes, if you have a divorce, obviously, yes, you're going to have a tough time with that. You're going to really, really hurt, and I'm not telling you not to hurt. You want to go through the stages. Do not fight them. If you feel like you need to cry about something or you feel like you want to just hide for a while, absolutely. You do what you need to do to get through this, okay? That is not what I'm trying to do with my videos. I'm not telling you to muscle your way through it. Not at all. What I'm telling you is when you go through these difficult stages of whatever it is, I know in the last video we referred to the house burning down because it was kind of easy for people to reference, but if you're going through a divorce, okay, something very complicated, and it's messy, and there's children involved, and there's lots of money being spent, and if there's someone like me involved who's constantly worried about money, and the kids, I mean, your stress level goes through the roof. So dealing with these things, okay, I'm not telling you ignore the signs, be angry all the time. You won't heal. You will not heal at all. You will completely burn yourself. And no matter what, if there's anything I've learned, and other people in other videos who are much more knowledgeable than I am, and I only know this because of my personal experience with things like this, if you push off the grief trying to be a tough guy or a tough woman, maybe you're trying to hide things for whatever reason, they catch you one way or another. You're better off to grieve and to cry and get it out as it needs it. It's a much healthier way to do it than for you to fight everything and to push it off and be like, oh, it doesn't bother me. No, it does bother you. The truth hurts. The truth sucks, and your situation's terrible. And there's people there that want to help you and people there that want to love you. And even if you're in a situation where you're not right by somebody close and you're kind of on your own, you can always refer to videos like me and know that you're not alone. There's people like me that I've gone through a divorce. I've suffered everything, and I was lucky because I had a family member who was very in tune and helped me out. But for people that don't, you can always refer to someone like me. There's always somebody willing to help. You can always comment, and I will actually write emails to you if there's someone you should not have to go through anything alone, okay? And I'm not going to charge you $500 an hour just to talk to someone because that's ridiculous. You should be able to talk to someone because it's just a basic human right, in my opinion. But anyways, I went off on a rant there, and I'm sorry, but there's always a positive at the end of it. And I'm not telling you, like I said, I'm not telling you that you're not allowed to grieve and I want you to muscle through it. What I'm saying is that when you're done grieving, and it may take a long time, there is actually a light at the end of the tunnel. And sometimes it's very, very bright. Sometimes you have to go through the dark storm in order to come out the other side. What if you're somebody that went through a horrible situation, and it's life altering, and in 1 minute you have friends, and 1 minute you live in a home and it's comfortable and everything's great, and then something happens, and then all of a sudden you're alone in a new place, you don't know anyone, and your old life is gone. That's how quick it can happen, just like that. It really is. It really does happen that way. So when that happens and you're going through the motions of everything, trying to understand how you got in this position, or and anything can cause it. It can be a change in relationship status. Maybe you ran out of money and lost the house. Maybe your kids got sick of listening to your crap whenever you came home and they're like, I'm out, I'm going to grandma's. Or all these things happen at the same point. the same time, sorry. All these things change, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and there's always an alternative. So people that seem like their life is hopeless, or they seem like there's just no positives, you know, and I'm not saying this in regard to going like extensive, like, you know, suicidal. Obviously, suicide is a whole nother topic that I actually will touch on, but definitely not right now. I'm saying, like, if you're at this point where you can't see the positives in life because there's just so much bad going on, it's temporary. It is very, very temporary. And I promise you that things get better, things get easier. You know, even the smallest things that you think that wouldn't bother you, things that you think, you know, you're invincible from, you know, sometimes those little things that don't bother you now may bother you later when you have a problem, or when something catches up to you. I just want you to know that you're not alone, and there's always a light on the other end, and it's temporary. I can't stress that enough. It is temporary. You know, I ran out. I didn't have a job, and I was really worried. I was running out of money, and all of a sudden I had an opportunity that was given to me, and I was so fortunate to have that opportunity. You never know when it's going to show up. You know, I met somebody I really cared about out of the blue by chance during a horrible situation going on in my existing life. You never know when these things are going to happen. You don't. And you won't know. You have to trust. You have to trust the universe. You have to trust and just relax and let things go. The more you think and the more that you stress about these things, the more that they seem to not have a way of working if you're stressing about them. So what I mean by that, before we end this video, is if you are constantly thinking, oh my God, I'm never going to get this job, or I'm never going to find a job that I want. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. And you just, that negativity. If you're telling yourself it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. If you're positive and you look at it as an abundance and you say, there's jobs out there that I want to do that are worth the money, and I'm excited to find that job, it might not be tomorrow. It might not be the day after that. Hell, it might be another week or another month. But that positive mindset, it'll bring you there. It's like if you're single, okay? And you go, no one's ever going to love me. No one's ever going to care. I mean, look, I'm so terrible and I'm ugly and I mean, oh my God, my face got hit by a shovel. Like, how's anyone going to love this face? It's all smashed in, you know? They're not going to love you because the negativity you bring, it surrounds you. And it's a lie. You can find somebody. It's abundance. There's lots of people out there that'll love you just for who you are. You don't have to find someone. You don't need to find the next person that shows right up. Don't settle. Okay? Don't settle. You don't have to settle. You don't have to do anything. That's the best part about living on this earth. You can do whatever you want. Okay? So I'm going to close this out, but I hope this video helped you at all. And just know, I'm serious though, just know that if you have a problem and you have no one around and you need to talk to someone, okay? I'm not going to issue you advice per se because I am not a doctor. I have no psychology degree. I'm just a dude that takes you guys with me everywhere that I drive, okay? But the fact that you're just looking for someone to vent to, you guys can always send it to my email. Post in my comments that you want to talk to me and I will get you my email, okay? I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope that you realize that life is actually really good no matter how bad it gets, because we have an opportunity that lots of people don't have. Have a good evening.